Good Friday morning, a feel-good Friday, the last Friday we have that I'm not going to be saying Summer Friday all the way up until the Friday before Labor Day weekend. We are here a week from today. We are going to be down at DJ's in Belmar for the kickoff to summer show. It's amazing that we have made it through the winter, we have gone through the spring, and we have finally gotten to Memorial Day weekend next week. We've got some positive baseball to talk about, a really head-scratching move from the Mets, but on a must-win Thursday, as Boomer said, you better not drop this one after the exciting win the night before. Buck Showalter and the Mets threw out the lineup that I was hoping they wouldn't throw out, but thinking that they would, and they got away with it and won back-to-back games for the first time in forever. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Launching point
game.
All right, so I've lost my voice a little bit, so it's going to be an interesting day today. But
where'd you lose your voice?
Well, I was on a golf course yesterday at Glen Head Country Club, and I'd like to say thank you to the members over there for hosting me and for Greg Buttle putting together a great event to raise money for our foundation. It was really a wonderful day, and I'll tell you about an amazing moment a little bit later on in the show, maybe around 7 o'clock. So
whoever this person is you're going to talk about, 7 o'clock.
I want my man, Brian Rubenstein. Don't worry. We'll talk about it around 7, maybe a little bit before 7.
You got that, Brian?
Yeah, got that, Brian. I want to jump into that right away because, of course, the Mets win yesterday. I'm in Brian Goldman's cart yesterday, and he's got the game on his cell phone and everything. Huge Met fan. So that was fun to watch during the game, during the golf yesterday. And it was a huge win for them. They needed the win. They have to have a launching point. They have to get back into this. The good news is that, the NL is not that great right now, and they have not been that great right now. And both Aaron Judge and Pete Alonso, are kind of carrying their clubs.
Yeah.
They are both having great seasons again. And when they hit home runs, their teams win. And, last night Aaron Judge did it again. And, of course, Pete Alonso does it yesterday afternoon. And I would have to say that for the most part, it was exactly what you wanted. You sent me the lineup yesterday like you were pissed off.
Yeah, and I was because I said that they were going to do this. I said this is going to be one of those stupid-ass getaway day lineups, even though they're not traveling the next day. You just know after a 10-inning game and everything that happened, and you're going to get that lineup. First when I was going through it, I was like, okay, good, they didn't sit Alonso. He's in the lineup, so I was happy about that. But then I keep going through it, and I'm like, where is Mark Vientos? Why is he not in this lineup? Can you figure out a way to get him in there? Right. And Francisco Alvarez, I just don't understand why you can't just play every one of these guys every single day and then trust people as the catcher or trust people at their positions and just do it. But anyway, it didn't cost them. But every Met fan felt the same way. Our buddy Pete Hoffman said this is how you deflate an entire fan base after the most exciting win of the season is you toss out this slop. But Pete Alonso carried them offensively again. And then also Tylor McGill. 6 strong innings from Tylor.
And the bullpen.
Yeah, finally.
So you had everything kind of come together for them. You had the home run by your home run hitter. You had a really good, well-pitched starting pitching, and you had well-pitched, relief pitching. So, they've won 2 in a row. They took the series from the Tampa Bay Rays. That's a good thing. They helped the Yankees while doing that, while the Yankees are beating up on the Toronto Blue Jays and taking that series. So all the way around for New York baseball, the last 2 or 3 days has been good for the most part. But now you just got to hope that this is some sort of launching point for the Mets. They need to get on a roll here. They need to get on a run. And the thing about it is, too, it's like when you look at the National League, there aren't that many great teams. Now, I think we all know that Philadelphia and Atlanta are going to be there come September. And the Mets are going to have to be one of those teams that is going to be there come September. And then hopefully they'll bolster their bullpen and maybe pick up another bat or something during, around the trade deadline. We'll see. But, the thing is that most Met fans that I talked to, and I talked to a bunch yesterday, while they're frustrated and they certainly are not happy with where the team is, I think everybody's like looking at the overall big picture of things and trying not to get too haywire and too negative. And I know yesterday morning I was negative about, the pitching, especially the relief pitching. But, at the end of the day, your big guys have got to come through. And Pete Alonso's been coming through. Brandon Newman's someone coming through, having a pretty decent season. Jeff McNeil came through yesterday. And Tylor McGill came through. So now it's up to Verlander and Scherzer to come through.
And consistently,
yes,
and for the rest of the season. I mean, and that's what you want. Not a good start here, a bad start there, which is basically what you've gotten from both of them, even though we've only seen Verlander 3 times. But, yeah, the starting pitching has to be much better if you're going to start winning these series and start stacking these wins. And it's really amazing since, like early to mid-April is the first time that the Mets have won back-to-back games. I mean, that's how inconsistent they've been. That's how bad they've been. And as far as Pete Alonso is concerned, they've got to pay him. They've got to pay him. Now, I know that
they will.
I'm talking now. You got to pay him now. I'm telling you, this guy, if I were him, and I understand contract negotiations during the season sometimes don't happen because of distractions. We saw with Aaron Judge last year. We're shutting down negotiations to the end of the season. And maybe Pete Alonso at this point is like, I'm going to wait till the end of the season because I'm going to put up my best year ever. But if I'm Steve Cohen, I give him a fair and great deal right now because he is the heart and soul of this baseball team. And if they didn't have him, they'd be nothing. And when you look around this team and you got all these underachieving, high-paid guys in that clubhouse, and he is out there sick, hitting home runs and winning back-to-back games for this team, basically carrying the entire team on his back, to me, I go to him and say, what do you want? I'm Steve Cohen. I'm the richest owner in baseball. You're the best player on my team. You are the heart and soul of this group. What do you want? And let's do it. And then that's really what the culture of a great organization is taking care of your own guys as opposed to paying these over-the-hill bums that come in and can't do a damn thing for you when it counts, Max Scherzer. That guy collecting $40 million and stinking up the joint every time we see him. It's pathetic. And a guy like this is sitting there waiting to get paid. Pay him. Pay him now.
All right. So why are you being a Debbie Downer? It's supposed to be.
It's not.
It's supposed to be a feel good Friday.
It's not a Debbie. It's not a Debbie. Just because one
Scherzer.
person on Twitter called you a Debbie Downer, you can't get over it in 2 days. I'm telling you. Listen, this is not a Debbie Downer. This is me standing up for Pete Alonso. That's what it's doing. Pete Alonso. That's the guy, man. When they needed someone to bail him out, he did it twice.
I thought Tyler McGill did a pretty good job yesterday bailing him out.
Yeah, he did, but you know what I'm talking about.
I understand.
He
no.
sucked for the entire year and actually had a moment yesterday.
So Pete Alonso is the Mets version of Jalen Brunson, the Mets version of Aaron Judge. He's the leader of the clubhouse. He's your own guy.
Yep.
Now, Jalen Brunson, we had to sign as a free agent, but at the end of the day, yeah, there's no question he's the leader. And I agree with you. They'll pay him. They're not going to let him go. Could you imagine him in a Phillies uniform? Could you imagine him?
He's not.
Like in a Dodgers uniform? He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere, and I understand that. I just wish they had signed him before the season. I can understand how someone like that is probably thinking, all right, Brandon Nimmo got his money. Jeff McNeil got a contract. Scherzer and Verlander are here, and we saw how bad Max Scherzer has been for them, and we'll see what Verlander turns out to be. Francisco Lindor is a very good player, but he's getting paid like a great player. And here I am, the most important player on this team.
Yeah.
Hands down, the guy on this team, and I haven't gotten my money yet.
Well,
That's all.
We all know that.
And he's not acting like Quinnen Williams about it.
No, he's not.
And he's not going to. But it's like, pay the man his money moment from Rounders.
Don't worry about it. He'll get paid. Don't you worry about it.
Right.
I promise you, he'll get paid, and he'll be a Met for the next 8 years at least.
I mean, we take this guy for granted, I think. Sometimes.
No, I don't think any of us take him for granted.
I think you take it for granted.
I think all of us
taking
love
him for granted. Mets are taking him for granted. That's what's going on here.
Man, I
taking him for granted. Oh, we'll just have him play on this deal here, and arbitration this and arbitration that. Whatever. He's Pete. He's not going to make a stink. Taking him for granted.
I saw a huge Met fan yesterday, buy a photo of Pete Alonso signed at our event last night.
Oh, nice.
And they love Pete Alonso. People love him. Don't you understand that?
Yeah, but of course they better love him. Mets don't love him enough to pay him, I guess.
No, will you stop? They'll pay him, for God's sake.
I hope so.
They'll pay him, man. It's unbelievable. So listen, I'm tired this morning, but I'm going to fight through it like the champion that I am. And, because it was a 4-overtime hockey game last night.
Please tell me that you did not stay up and watch that whole thing.
Well, I fell asleep in the middle of the second overtime and then got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the third overtime, and they were still playing.
We need like an intervention with you,
What are you talking about?
I think we need a hockey-watching intervention.
No, we're not doing that.
And the fact that you were golfing all day yesterday, yes. You golfed the previous day.
Yes.
No nap situation, and then you come home from the golf, you've lost your voice, and you're staying up until the middle middle of the night.
I mean, Brandon
to watch
Montour.
Hurricanes Panthers is an issue.
No, it's not. It's not an issue. Brandon Montour played 57 minutes and 56 seconds. That's ridiculous. And how about Brett Burns? He played 54 minutes.
You could just be making these
minutes.
names up, as far as I'm concerned.
Now, the hockey people know who I'm talking about. Bobrovsky, 65 shot attempts against, and Freddie Anderson, 60 shots. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
Nobody cares about hockey,
Shut
Boomer.
up! I do. And I'm a little tired because of it. And then, of course, Keith Tkachuk, he goes off and wins the game. That's the guy I wanted to trade for, but, we didn't get involved in that. That's the culture changer player that you're looking for. And there you go. It was amazing.
I've got not a single thing to say about this. So
Okay.
if you're looking at
you
me
want to
for
talk
some
about
sort
Denver?
of reaction.
You want to talk about Denver and the Lakers?
No, I don't. No,
don't
I'm
want to talk
not.
about them either?
No. It's just, no, I don't. I'm not. I just really don't have a single. I mean, the Lakers at least have probably the greatest player of his generation on it. It's the Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean,
we're talking about the Panthers and the
I don't care, man. It was an
Hurricanes.
insane game, man. It's just I don't have a dog in this fight. But, man, the intensity it's just off the charts, man. I don't know what to tell you.
A lot, apparently.
Listen, if I didn't have to go to the bathroom, I wouldn't have known about this.
Well, you did.
I did, yes.
Yeah, you did. And you stayed up and watched it, and now you're in here. Your eyes are half open, and you're chugging some Dunkin' coffee, and you're reading the stat sheet from the game.
I'll have a little C4 a little bit later on as well.
Oh, okay, good. And by the way, C4 had a drop off yesterday, and that was tremendous.
I got it right here.
You got the powder right there too. Awesome. Yeah, but they stopped by yesterday and showed me what they're planning for the kickoff to summer.
Nice.
And they made a little C4 cocktail, non-alcoholic cocktail. That was very, very good. So I'm excited for that. And they stacked my office with some C4.
This is a feel-good Friday, man.
It is a feel-good
and
Friday.
You know what? And I don't want you to take me down talking contracts about Pete Alonso.
No. I'm not taking you down.
We all know he's going to get paid.
And I'm just telling you, he's a guy that just yesterday it just hit me that he is. There's so much
Hit you?
No. Of course, I knew this before, but I wasn't thinking about his contract until yesterday. And because I was just thinking, hey, he's going to be here. It's no problem, just like you're thinking about. I was just thinking about all the overpaid slugs in pro sports.
Hamster wheel of
turds. Yes, I know. All the overpaid slugs in pro sports, and how the Mets over the years have just paid some of the biggest bums in the history of the world. From Jason Bay to Tom Glavine to Max Scherzer to Mo Vaughn. Just go on and on and on.
That's a feel-good Friday thought process right there.
Right, but I'm just saying this is where they could, really make us. You want to have your fan base feel good about something? Announce a Pete Alonso contract extension like this morning.
You want to talk about Matthew Tkachuk and Sergei Bobrovsky or no?
No, you just did.
I know, but I'm just saying, you're trying to bring us down. With
I'm
Jason
not trying to
Bay.
bring. I'm trying to talk about local
Bonilla.
sports that people might care about, not read a stat sheet from a goddamn hockey game that nobody watched but you in the middle of the night. That's what I'm trying to do. By the way, I cleaned out my office.
Oh, you did?
Yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And I gave the newsroom everything I had in there. And I tell you, this is a feeling that I know you have. When you give people stuff that you don't give a crap about, but it makes their day.
You feel good?
Is there anything better than that?
No.
You want to talk about Feel Good Friday?
There you go.
I sent Pete Bellotti and Sean Marash home with bags of stuff.
Sharing your junk.
Yeah. And they were so happy. I'm telling you, I had an extra one of those life vacs, where you suck the food out of the choking kid.
Yes.
See, I've done this before, too. This is me emptying my trunk one day. And I was giving people stuff on the street.
Yeah.
Because I used to just stuff in my trunk. That stuff you gave me.
Oh, there's the knots I gave you, and you're giving away the knots.
I did. I gave it away to a UPS driver.
To a UPS driver?
I did, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'll take it all.
Listen, you're a nautical seaman.
I had no place to put the knots.
How do you not keep the knots?
Yeah, so
I forgot all about that. Now I'm disappointed.
Yeah, see, this was great. Everybody's just taking everything. It was just awesome. Yeah, I couldn't get rid of the Geo and Jones painting though. I had to keep. I had to keep that. Oh, look at this! And here's a mailman too. So this is all on CBS Sports Network. So I love giving away stuff like this. People wearing masks in the street. This is where we were at this point in time.
Right.
But just tremendous. So I felt good about that. But yeah, I got one of those. I had because I have 2 of those life vacs at home already.
Yes.
And I had another one in the office, and I was like, all right, who's got a young kid that could suck something out of their mouth if they were choking?
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't need it, but if you do need it, it works better than anything. I gave that to Pete Pilati. I was like, here you go, man. He's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, I hope you don't need to use this, but if you do, think of me,
All right. So were you checking the PGA scores yesterday?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I just
later.
want to know
Terrible.
What
Not
do you mean
good.
terrible?
Well,
it's only one round.
Yeah, I know, but Cantlay and Cam Young are both 4 over.
They'll get back in.
They'll get back in. Yeah, well, hopefully, but the only saving grace we have at this point is the 50 to win on Scotty Scheffler just to get our money back, essentially, because we are not hitting big with Cantlay. And I'm done betting Cantlay. Every time I bet that guy, he poops the bet. I'm done with him.
We got a long way to go.
Done with him. Done. And Cam Young was playing a little bit better, got back to 2 over, and then he ended the round at 4 over. I think he finished yesterday. Some of the guys got their play suspended because they had to start later. But, yeah, not good. And Bryson DeChambeau's back. So yes. Brooks Koepka was back in the Masters. Now all of a sudden Bryson DeChambeau's back doing all his weird stuff.
Well, just no. There's 3 more rounds to go. It's a tough golf course. So just relax.
No, I understand.
Guys will come closer together.
But I needed an even round from one of these guys. I didn't need a +4. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Don't hang a +4 on me on Thursday.
So what if they hang a -4 on you today? So you'll be feeling better.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. We've got Jerry Recco's update coming up in just a little bit. Got some weather for you right now. Brought to you by Bruni and Campisi, your complete home comfort and efficiency company. Let Bruni and Campisi keep you cool this summer. Upgrade to an efficient ductless AC and heat pump system with Bruni and Campisi. They offer multiple financing options, and there are tons of federal and state rebates that we can help you apply for. Learn more at BruniandCampisi.com. Mostly sunny today with a high of 66. It's 55 right now in the city.
Dustin Johnson's up there too, man. Victor Hovland. See, the Norwegian. Why you wouldn't let me pick him?
That's not true. You could have picked whoever you want. You wanted to go with Cantlay and Cam Young.